Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Q&A.
You got it.
I'm glad you got there
eventually.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
How's everyone doing? I'm Mod Dolan and this is Mod Flaym, and we're here to show you a bit about the debugs and stuff that we use in NXT. We're also here with Mod Shawnee, who's come to oversee, make sure that things go well, I guess.
I'm just gonna chip in here and there because a lot of the stuff you're about to show I've never seen before. So I thought I'd come say hi, and if any of you guys have anything you want to ask to these guys, I'll try and pick them up and ask them. But apart from that, this is their show, so it's gonna be good fun. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, hopefully last time we overran by quite a bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Yeah. It's not a bad thing. It's good.
We didn't want to. We didn't have time to show you any of the debugs. We were just too busy answering questions.
Yeah. So this is a more like, we're going to show more of the debug stuff, as sort of Dylan just said. We're going to show more debug stuff. It's going to be a little bit more technical because there's a lot of sort of technicality to the debug tools.
Yes.
I just want to, sorry, just jump in. Just a note as well for people joining, in case you're not aware. For RuneScape, normally we have these streams, but unfortunately for this one, we're not able to do it due to a slight issue we've ran into. So yeah, no RuneScape for this one, unfortunately. So yeah, apologies for that. But yeah, apart from that, guys, you are all good. Annoyingly, the broadcast just said RuneScape enabled, so we didn't get it changed. Sorry, frustration.
Sometimes.
I've just realised as I've said that we just put out a broadcast which says RuneScape enabled. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, hopefully that should be on Sunday though.
Fingers crossed, yes.
Fingers crossed for Sunday, guys.
Two crates, fingers crossed if we get there.
Yes. So as many of you may have already seen this before, if you've watched another Q&A, this is what we call the Tweaky. This has tools that we use to help us visualize things, such as like different light and different effects, shadows, cascades, all these beautiful things. And we can also mess around with them, make them look brighter, more vivid, turn them off, turn them on. It's pretty cool stuff. Yeah, so from like the general, we don't really have much. It's just got save and JS cache, blah, 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 console. Stuff that isn't really that useful for us. All these animations, we don't really want to go into them more, do we?
I think we should we should probably start at World, because that's sort of like the stuff that people are going to see a lot more. Sort of, yeah, exactly. This is all the stuff that you guys sort of interact with almost on a daily basis if you play RuneScape daily. So
this is show min levels. So this should show all the levels. So for instance, if you're in a dungeon, you won't be able to see the thing above you. Or if you tweak it, it'll show all the things. Can't show it in Priveterness because Priveterness is pretty odd.
But if you're in Polypore, that's an example, I guess, Polypore dungeon right at the bottom. You can see everything. Oh wow, TIL about that one. That's handy.
For anyone who doesn't know what sort of the levels indicate, it's sort of as you walk upstairs. You've sort of anything, you've gone from one level to another. That's pretty much what we mean when we say levels in this tool.
Yeah, because we can just scroll up and down, it's not really that useful for us. It was useful when developing because you were able to see what was on each level, obviously. Next, show lights. Is that one going to show anything in this area? Probably not. No. So height maps. This is a fun one. So what that does is it shows the height of every single square and its connecting square. So this is currently on the vertexes on each square. As you can see, I'm standing in the middle of a square and each corner has a different number. So the way RuneScape works, the tiles are in triangles. So that's why you can see 1,344, 1,344, they're on the same height. And then those two are also on the same height. So that's just a slight tilt. And then you get all the ones that are various heights.
So it's really useful in regards to, let's say, we have a random tile that somehow puts you into the air when you step on it. Is it useful in spots and stuff like that? Okay. Yeah,
so you'll be able to see, you should be able to see it on trees as well, I think.
Someone's saying they're really liking the number of 1376 for some reason, just because why not?
It's a satisfying number.
Yeah.
I can see why.
Yeah, we have like ones like this, which are decimaled, well, not decimaled, pointed. That means that it should mean that it's also got a object on it, which looks like it has, which is, the grass, looks like. Next one, height map rest. I don't know what that one does. It's not really useful for us because if it was useful, we would know what it did.
There are a few tools in here that are limited usefulness for us, so we don't use them. We don't go into them. We have no interest in them because they just don't really affect anything we do.
Yeah, the next one's
water height. Water. Oh, okay.
So this one, you can see random water heights. You can see 0 there. So anything that's a 0 would be water, unless we make it. It's not water. Remove roof. There's no roofs around here.
That removes roofs.
That removes roofs.
It's also a graphics setting you can get to
that one
that's fine.
Roofs.
That one.
That's something we actually give you guys, so that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
This one's one. This is picking. So this is how we decide what you click. So if you can see the boxes, all the highlighting, this shows you what you're actually clicking on. So this is quite useful for, when we have had big NPCs in the past, and for some reason the click boxes are either huge or tiny. This is how we worked it out. So if we go over to the Yaktwi thingies, where are we? Sorry, I've been teleporting about too much. Apologies. These things, I need to get a stick from that guy.
That's fine. That's all good. You can show it just from the mouse over anyway. Yeah. So. Oh, he's going to any dedication.
I don't even know.
Oh, not enough coins.
Desperation.
What a noob. Oh, my Lord.
There we go.
So while you're doing that, I mean, a really good example of this is obviously a couple of weeks back we had the transmog problems where obviously, if you were transmogged, your click box was essentially up the entire screen.
I don't have the bag.
So having this, I guess, is really handy in being able to see what specific ones were causing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a problem back when, because these NPCs were also very, 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 very tiny. But they've been given a static click box, so we can actually see them.
Nice.
Yeah. Camera frustum. So that shows you exactly what the camera is trying to look at. So imagine this. If you can see here on the mouse, imagine that as like the camera lens, and that is what the camera is actually looking at. It's quite useful for if we do cutscenes or to see whether the FOV of the game feels right. Yeah. Not really that useful for us. We don't really use it that much, but...
There's very few camera problems.
Yeah.
Sort of, that's all. Tends to be more of a content-y thing.
As a grid. We actually wanted to give this availability to the players. To be able to be like...
Really?
Yeah, but then we decided we would just give the... which option is it? The train blending, because if you turn train blending off, you can see the squares anyway. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it just helps people visualize what squares they're clicking on. If you can see the game is lagging, it's because some of these debugs require a lot of CPU usage.
I can hear the machine going a little while.
Just because of the nature.
There's a lot of redrawing as well.
Yeah, so. More water height stuff. So yeah, that's the world. And go to, what should we do next? Animations, not really much in there.
No, there's probably some...
There's some atlases. So.
Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, this is a good pick.
So if you look at the bottom there, you can see all the textures that are used in game.
Well, not the ones that are used
wait,
in
is that
game.
in the area
sort
you're in, I presume?
Oh yeah,
where
sorry.
you are.
Yeah,
where we are.
I was gonna say because I'm missing like Menafos textures and stuff like that.
So look, so you see how many there are? There actually there's like 6 panels, 7 panels. The green one is for alphas. So the green little squares here, they have alphas on them, which is you might not be able to see because there's no alphas in this area, but you can see a tiny little square there of an alpha, which is one of these items. But if we were to go to teleport to Menafos, we'll actually show you how many textures there are in Menafos.
I remember you a while ago taking a picture of this and sharing it
I was
with people.
like, oh damn, that's a lot of textures.
Oh my goodness.
There's more.
Oh, there's more. Yeah, there is more.
They just keep coming.
Oh my good.
It's a lot easier to visualize the alphas on this one.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of bumping that we have. Yeah. So it's really easy to see.
They're normal maps. They decide which way the shadows make it look more 3D. I actually haven't got the graphics on Ultra at the moment because debugs are quite expensive. We put the draw distance on Ultra, see how much we can get. There we go. There we go. All the alphas and all the textures. So there's quite a lot there. Yeah, so this, believe it or not, this one at the bottom, this big one at the bottom, the big blue one, that is actually the skybox, even though we can't see it right now because settings. So yeah, that's the skybox. Some of these are not actually put in game, they're just there, as in RuneScape can draw them when it wants, if that makes sense. Because obviously you're not going to have textures if you haven't got textures on.
Otherwise, we're just leaving it loaded.
It just shows the textures within the area. Sprite atlases, this is another one. So you might not be able to see this too well, but this is like the in-game login screen. It has all the bank items as well. Yeah, you won't be able to see that. And then the sprite usage, which will be on the debug. Bloom doesn't really do much. Bloom's quite standard. We don't really fiddle with Bloom.
Fiddle with Broom.
Because Bloom is mainly done on the environment.
Via map editor, via the environment as. Okay.
So we don't need to fiddle with that. That's done by the artist. We can change it as you've done. So in your in your thingies.
Skybox tool, yeah.
That didn't crash. Good. That would have been bad. So now we got textures back on. Next. So yeah, as you can see, none of these really do much. That one, Bloom. The next one is color grading. So this one's a fun one. This allows us to make the game more moody or bright, more vivid. Yeah. So we can change the black illuminations. We can change the max white illuminations.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
And not change them back.
And not change them back. Exposure keys. So this is, yeah. It's pretty cool.
Are these... Oh my goodness, I need to see if these are available in script. I want to make these available to change.
Yeah.
This has now opened up more possibilities. Holy moly, this is great.
Confirmed blinding Shawnee room.
Oh, no, I don't think we need to go down that route.
It's just white.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I made quite a moody scene earlier.
You could literally make a put this Goshma skybox on with that color grading. It would actually look pretty great.
Yeah, you can, like, I don't know, I made it look like a noir film earlier. It was quite cool. Yes, that's like the filmic stuff. So that's like an overlay of the game.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's without tone mapping. So this is what the game actually looks like without tone mapping. Look see how dull it looks. But that's, yeah, and then we put on our tone mapping. And then it looks all bright and shiny. Obviously, we need to reset this.
Of course.
Reset menu. There we go. So that's what it looks like normally. Yeah, color grading. Debug overlays. Is that one? Yeah, debug overlays. Yeah. So this is more for us. This gives us maybe FPS.
It displayed over the minimap, and then you closed it.
Oh no.
Yeah. There you go.
So we can see. I don't know whether you're able to see that. But
it's really difficult to see.
Yeah. Debug overlays. So you can. We can add more things, so we can display a whole load of things. So you got like CPU usage, thread usage, render usage, detailed GPU, display audio, script picking, network, occlusion, game connection status, preload status, world build state, player mouse coordinates, and display camera info. So you have like this huge list. Oh, am I getting...
Yeah, they always do
this.
this.
They're rickrolling me.
Yeah, they're rickrolling.
There we go. Ignore. There we go.
Oh my lord.
I will not be rickrolled.
You do realise we have multiple... They're just
Come on now.
Go on more. Anyway.
Come on now.
Oh my god. You can't block, you can't ignore JMod.
JMod, no.
No. Damn it. Never mind.
All that stuff is really useful if people are saying, hey, last patch I was running fine, now sudden drop of performance in whatever, or even whilst we're testing our release clients before we push them out, we can test sort of overall performance, make sure everything's working as it was before. Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty. Yeah, we use it quite a lot, especially this entire list. We only for the normal list, it's only a small list, but you get the idea. So that's debug overlays. Turn it off now. Next is debug rendering. So this one's a fun thing that I like to sometimes mess around with. So wireframes. These take a while to load. By a while, I mean not instant.
Good grief. Wow.
So this allows us to see inside the game.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Makes me want to watch the Crystal Maze.
Look how many polys the mammoth has.
A lot of polys. Wait, I was going to say, that's a lot of polys.
You can really see which, I'm trying to think of which asset requires a lot of power to sort of get rendered on the screen with this, just through polys alone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like.
Wow.
It's kind of fun just to like see, as you said, just to see which requires a lot of usage.
I used to have a graphics card which couldn't handle games very well, and this pretty much was how I saw anything that ran in a different in a certain game years and years ago. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. So the next one is normals.
Oh, this is, I assume. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Okay. Wow. That is a color warning. Good grief.
Yeah. So it's a bit hard to see in this area. Let me go back to Prifdness.
Prif looks good. Prif looks good with
this.
this.
Oh, chord numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, right next to Lodestone as well.
Yeah. So this is Prifdness with normals. So what normals do is they help show what way a face is facing. It's useful for like shadows, ambient occlusion, things like that. It's maybe not useful for you guys to see, but it's extremely useful for us because you can see the way I'm turning the camera. You can see the way it's moving from blue to green to every color, every plane will have a bespoke color to show the orientation of a certain model or plane. So yeah, it looks pretty cool. It makes the minimap look hilarious. Yep, and it does that when you come back. Pinkscape.
Pinkscape.
Nice. What's the next one? Emissive strength. No, actually, should we do friend? I actually don't know what this does. You've run up.
I don't think I've ever clicked that button.
No, I don't think. I think it's to do with. Oh, I know why I don't know what it does. Because that only works with volumetric lighting.
That's what. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, right. Fair enough then. Yeah.
So we
very limited use.
Very limited use.
Very limited use.
Then we teleport to Menethos again to get rid of Pinkscape.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Volumetric lighting is great.
I know, right? Actually, I could probably show Fenstrel.
Show up?
Think about it.
Fresnel.
Oh, don't look at me to try and pronounce that. I'm gonna know hope.
Fresnel. Brain fart. There we go. Where's volumetric lighting? Turn that on to ultra. There we go. Are you going to turn on? Is it on? Ultra. Yeah, I need to turn lighting on to high. Where's lighting?
Left, but it is on high.
It is on high.
Ooh, hello. Ultra. Ah, there it is.
Yeah, it's in the towards the sun.
So.
You could totally use one of the other skyboxes and make it kick in as well.
Yeah, that's true. Skybox filters.
Take the potato away.
That's not the one.
That's the one. It's just because the potato's there. It's a free camera, basically.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like it's a pan camera. Only JMods can get to.
Midday.
There you go.
There we go.
Oh.
Look at that.
Oh.
Beautiful.
That is so gorgeous.
Yeah, it's not. It used to work. I don't know why it's not working right now. But yeah. Anyway, carry on. Let's go to emissive strength.
Oh,
well, that's specular strength.
That's specular.
We'll go to specular strength first.
Let's do specular first.
Oh, okay.
So emissive strength is things that create light. Emissive is something that you add to an item or a model that will make it glow. So, for instance, as you can see, these pillows have some emissive textures. The Anchor on Mammoth has the emissive textures, so do the camels. I don't know why they're added to them, but they're
Does the cow in Lumbridge have them?
Yes,
I thought so, because I seem to recall something a long time ago with the Slayer Codex where it was a real pain to try and hide them when you're having to lock them.
I've bugged that so many times. But,
why is this then? I don't, they just stand out.
Random emissive textures. It's just what the artist thinks feels right. It makes them more visible. Yeah.
Got to see those cows.
I mean,
the first thing you see as a new player is you run out of the building. You've got to see those cows. If you don't see the cows, then it's not worth living.
So specular strength.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is nice.
Is it? What are we seeing here?
What are we seeing here? Yeah. So specular is to do like shine on things, as you can see the water. So anything that has specular will have some sort of shine. So if you teleport to the Tazar City.
Very good. The floor in that area is absolutely gorgeous.
We'll be able to show you when it loads. When it loads.
See the shine on them as well.
Shiny boys.
Maybe. To be fair,
it's because of the skybox. There we go. If you disable that. Damn it!
This is why I need to find out a way to allow people to use it anywhere, some way.
But yeah, it's anything that has a shiny surface, pretty much.
I love this area so much in NXT. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
100%.
Well, oh no, actually, that doesn't have specular. That has an environmental diffuse map. Environmental diffuse map will give it a reflection.
Okay.
Yeah, so if I can remember this coordinate.
Oh, in capitals. Oh.
I know, right?
Yeah. So, environment diffuse map. Oh God, these terms.
Is that it?
So,
nope.
Is it the discretion of the environment artist who puts them in then? Okay, right.
They decide. Do you remember what it was?
It's 94?
Oh, 94, 98, yes.
Yeah.
Right. I remember.
I didn't want to interrupt, but yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I love this. This square is great. Yeah. I like this.
Oh, is this the specular square?
So, you know when I was saying that the bloom is decided by the environment artist? It pretty much is, because if we were to turn this off.
You're not in a suitable area.
You're not in a suitable area to visualize the scenery
I'm so
around
sorry.
You should add Sujay mods allowed.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a suitable area.
That's not a suitable area.
Do you know what? You make a good point. I really should.
There we go.
I'm really sorry. There we go.
Clear.
Right, so do it again.
There we go. There we go.
Someone said it looks like a Michael Bay movie with all the
lens. Michael Bay. Michael Bay and explosions. You think of J.J. Abrams. Right. Oh, anyway, so we'll get to this area in a bit. I just want to finish off these point light influences. Oh. So it's also not a good area.
As you can see, all the point lights in this area.
So
it's going to involve a lot of teleporting around.
None of them.
Go here, shall we?
Point lights, I presume, are used to light up certain things?
Yeah.
I guess.
Once this loads up, I'll be able to show you. So point lights are anything that cast lights, like a shadow. See the way that's...
Oh, okay, right.
So you'll be able to turn point lights. There we go. So that's very bright.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
It needs to be. Because so we're also using it to see...
Point light influence are like a really big thing as well. As you can see on my character, you can see that it's all bright at the front and then dark at the back. It's pretty cool.
Love that.
Yeah. Geometry instance color. This is the one that makes the minimap go crazy as well. So what this does is it allows us to see the different geometry instances. So if you can see this big purple, oh my god, so much lag. That's because of the debug, by the way. You can see this is one big pink model. That's because it's its own model. The other smaller blue models next to it are their own model as well. It just allows us to see which model is a part of itself. For instance, if we turn this on, we can see exactly how big the model is. It saves us from testing a lot more, or a lot more than we should say.
Do we know what's going on with depth of field?
Depth of field? I can show you depth of field.
I mean, do we ever see it coming out for players? We've shown it in image. I mean, it's on all our videos. It looks great in our BTSs and stuff as well.
Depth of field might be something we could let people have access to. It was more of a for the video team to use at the moment. We're probably going to use it in the future for cutscenes. So it's going to be probably going to be used for cutscenes.
It's great. It looks amazing. Like
the right number,
properly calibrated.
Yeah. The right number when it's done properly. It looks
stunning.
So great.
Yeah. This is Vertex color. This is mostly on player models and models in general. Sorry, character models in general. It just shows you which is a part of it, which is its own model as well. So like that's its own model, the helmet is its own model, stuff like that. It just, you know, just lets us see things better.
Like clipping and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see which one's poking through other ones, and you can see colliding.
Yeah. So this is how we do shadows, believe it or not. We add a capsule. Well, I don't know exactly how we do shadows, but this is how it's displayed. As you can see, that's the influence from the shadow, the angle of it coming down, and casts a shadow on the player.
Yeah, which is important to bear in mind that the point light influence was. I saw someone mention this in chat. The point light influence isn't about casting shadows.
No.
That's what this is about.
Yeah, that's what this is about.
The point light influence was to basically show the effect of the point lights on models.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So obviously what this highlights as well with the shadows is that obviously the shadows all display in one direction as well.
Yeah.
And obviously I believe that can't change corresponding to the skyboxes that players, that environment artists have made and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like to imagine them as just either jellyfish or people holding umbrellas up, I guess. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah. As you can see, when characters move around, they move with them. Yeah. Looks like a big mess at the moment.
Wow.
Wow.
Did you have to go there?
Had to go there. Next is model
AABB.
You got it.
That's the one.
You're fine.
What does that stand for?
It just shows the bounding box models.
Okay.
Not so much the bounding box, but like the.
Like,
yeah.
You can pretty much see like. You can almost see picking areas in this as well. It's loosely related.
Loosely
you can see sort of the boxes surrounding people. You can see how they sit in the environment and stuff like that.
It's the furthest part of the model to the furthest part of the model.
Right.
And it just makes a box around it. So that's pretty much the same as that as well. Yeah, that's it. Billboards, I don't think there are any billboards. There's one over there.
Go to the Wizard Tower, right? It probably shows it better, right?
There's one over here. What is this? Oh, okay, that's a giant billboard, apparently. Strange.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll go to Wizard's Tower.
Yeah, Wizard's Tower probably has like the best representation.
Yeah. So these little orbs that are floating above this, they're actually billboards, so they're a flat 2D plane that just rotate with your camera. Yeah, so that shows billboards. Particles, we all know what particles are. And that's the particles right there. Yeah. Train shows the train, water shows the water. Pretty self-explanatory.
Yep.
All the rest are just 10 off, 10 on.
We could turn off the whole game if we wanted, but...
Oh, so if you accidentally do that and you don't know where the box is, are you going to struggle with that?
A little bit.
Right. Yeah, you don't ever want to do that,
when you click render GUI, make sure you keep your mouse in the same place. So yeah, that's debug rendering. That's one that has the most in it. Next is depth of field. Ready for this? We need to go to a nice place to.
Go to a nicely lighted area, such as, I don't know.
Prif Diddy?
Prif, yeah.
There we go. So yeah, I was playing around with this earlier. As I said, where are we going to start? Where are we going to go? Okay, enable.
That's how to enable them. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can definitely tell it's enable. Good grief.
Yeah, so this. So, yeah. Do you want to explain this while I tweak around with it?
Well, I mean, it's depth of field. It's your basic depth of field effect, right? So basically, when you look at something and you focus on something that is in the distance, you will notice that things sort of almost closer and further away than that thing will be out of your focus. That is essentially depth of field. And we've got all of these controls and toggles that will allow us to, as you can see there, change the focal point, change how far back it is before it starts becoming sort of blurred out of focus. But how far can you see before it starts applying that effect?
The bokeh, I love the bokeh effect.
There's that point where you hit it and it just goes completely
just goes
off the scale.
Suddenly, J.J. Abrams-scape.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do it subtly, it looks quite nice.
Exactly. Subtle depth of field is amazing. It looks really good.
yeah, I'm just going
nuts. Oh, no, of course. Yeah, you're going nuts. Yeah, yeah. I think it would, personally, in my games, I think it adds a massive cinematic factor, but at the same time, I feel like it almost distracts me from my task.
Yeah.
Because I'm spending so much time messing around with depth of field in pretty much everything I do that I don't really get much done.
In the games that you've made.
That is like a first world problem right there.
Yeah, that is that is.
So yeah, that's depth of field, which hopefully should be able to be tweaked soon.
That'd be nice.
If you can
if I
plug in, yeah,
if you, Shawnee.
Yeah, sure.
It's not. I would already plug it in if script commands existed. They don't yet.
These are also just like little
really
debug tools to show you sort of.
Yeah, it shows you the effect and
more of what you're seeing.
See the red bit? That's where it starts. And that bit's like kind of.
Play around with the values and see that red bit move.
Yeah, it's effective because you can see it in Prif on the right hand side, but you're maybe not seeing the full actual range of it. Maybe you can see a hard line, but then sort of not the blur that comes off of that and things like that. Yeah. It's a bit.
So the top one is kind of a downscale, so we don't have to do much RAM work. Like it's done, and then that's downscaled to make it faster. That's what we display in the game. So that is depth of field.
Someone said, do you have a tool to create routes/splines for the camera to follow?
That's done in the actual cutscene making tool. Where I can show you
cutscene entity, yeah.
Yeah. I can show you a different thing in a bit. Distance fog. So this one's.
I saw someone spamming about distance fog. Like, there he is again.
So will it be possible to ever remove fog?
Ever remove? Or completely?
Well, I mean, if players want to turn fog off, I guess.
We can completely remove fog.
Think about. A lot of it comes down to performance.
Yeah.
If you start removing distance fog, then you're rendering a lot more.
Actually, no, I can actually detach this.
Oh, so the fog's used to kind of try and stop everything being splashed on your screen at once.
Yeah, it's a lot of other games do this as well. It's not just us. There is a very good reason for it. It's plus there's also the distracting factor. I find that almost seeing too much might be distracting, but that's my personal viewpoint on it. I understand that not everybody else feels that way, but I know for a fact that I will be looking at something all the way over completely over in a distance, and I'll be like, I want to go there, and I will spend half an hour walking over there. Maybe we don't want to force the player over there
the funny
when they're not meant to be there.
When we actually released NXT, people, some players noticed that they felt dizzy because of the brand new view distance, and we fixed that by quite a bit by adding distance fog, because people their eyes were like taking in too much information, and it was disorientating.
Yeah, but as I say, that was my personal view on it. Don't quote me for the company. That was me.
This is Silent Hill mode.
You need to know.
Oh,
is that Silent Hill mode?
No, I don't remember that bit.
That could be Silent Hill mode.
Yeah.
You need to understand when you come on streams, you can say anything I say is representative of the company. I'll tell you this right now. They will take it as gospel.
No, I mean, as a player.
Yeah,
I'm trying to let them know, as a player, as a player. But
those are the last words you ever speak.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how this may be used in potential content. I don't know. I haven't. I don't know.
It would be amazing. A broken home in complete fog would be amazing.
I know,
right? That would be amazing. That would be fantastic.
I'd love to see that.
I actually just recently replayed that, and now thinking about it, that would be phenomenal.
So good.
Hard mode, broken home.
Fog mode. Yes.
Fog mode. The impending fog of doom. So this is like labels or entity labels, and it could show you my name, what animation sequence I'm currently on, my position and stuff like that. You've got NPC entities as well, show you their position, their animation keys, stuff like that. Object, are there any objects? Can I drop it? Let me just drop some seaweed. Hello, seaweed, there we go. So that seaweed dropped. Combined locations. So combined locations, something that you might know about RuneScape is every location is combined. It helps with drawing items in. So that you might see, you go to an area and objects might pop in one by one. the reason that it doesn't appear too much like that in RuneScape is because we combine the locations so they pop in at the same time. So for instance, Prifdynus, this entire tower is like one combined location. So this will pop in at the same time, hence you might have seen times where a quart is missing, but most of the time it'll pop up in one go. So yeah, that's that. Terrain, show the terrain. There is no terrain here because Prifdynus.
Because you're in Prif, yeah.
Progenims, there is no pro.
Well, you've got your Telos stuff.
There's some over here.
Right?
Yeah.
If you wanted to show it on that instead, because I know he has one.
There we go.
Oh, well then again, yeah, as you say.
The elves have some progenims if they were to fire again. Bloop. There you go.
It's really quick, but there is data
they have
there.
The data attached to the progenim. That's amazing. That's great.
They also have, I don't know whether you can see that, but there is routing for players and NPCs.
So you can see when they're walking?
You can see when they're walking.
Oh, wow, okay.
So you can say, look at the route that they're going to take. This also works with players, as you can see. I am the green one. Do.
You ever click somewhere and you've ran the complete wrong direction? Well, this will show us why, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I assume it also shows force walks and stuff like that.
Yes.
So if you happen to obviously walk on a tile that walks for you, then very handy to have
pretty much just shows where you're going, yep.
Awesome.
Players, stuff like that, routing. What time are we on? 36. Okay, so we're going to have to get through the rest of these quite quickly. What's this? This is lighting, so that's basically lighting, diffuse layer. Okay, I can't go through all these.
It's fine, yeah. I mean, lighting's lighting. If we show the SSAO stuff, maybe. Like if you, and then show SSAO as well.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's...
So that's SSAO off, for reference.
Yeah. Alchemy.
You can see, as we're changing this setting, you can see sort of almost a realistic shadowing effect being applied to some of these buildings. This is SSAO.
Yeah.
Basically in action. And we have the Show SSAO tool, which allows us to see this without all of those textures sort of cramming up the screen. So we can actually see the effect of this on the environment.
In real time.
In real time, exactly.
I know it's a bit in the way, but you can still see. You can still see the idea.
Yeah. Really useful if something has a lot of little nooks and crannies, but it's all textured.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I didn't realize how much you guys actually have access to. Well, but have what you have the ability to do.
So much.
Yeah, so we can change all of the things to do with SSAO as well. All these dials, they will allow us to change angles, radius, as you can see there, bias where it sits and stuff, power exponents. Like you can see what that does, like
I like that.
visually there.
Right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
But as you start to apply more and more, you see sort of ghosting.
Yeah.
As it were, and that's just a byproduct of the HBAO. Like it's just you'll see ghosting of the HBAO itself.
Look at that dithering.
I won't lie, that lighting you've done actually looks really cool.
It's so moody.
It's really nice.
It looks almost comic booky, actually, with sort of how it sits on all the sort of like divots and stuff. I like that.
It's without a radiance, with a radiance, without a radiance, with a radiance.
Yep.
Yeah, so
it's really cool.
Reset that because that is disorientating. Minimap. So move you out the way.
Guess what this section's for?
This does the minimap. But the thing is, the minimap only updates every 15 seconds, so we're not really good.
It's fine. Disable enable a view, but you get the idea. It's for debugging the minimap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enable custom layers, terrain. It's kind of like to isolate certain things on the minimap.
Obviously, with NXT, the minimap became essentially a camera, right, on top of you. Is that right? Whereas obviously Java was a bit different.
Yeah, I think Java was a.
It was done in MapEd, I believe so.
Yeah, and in NXT, it's kind of like an overhead view, and it takes the locations and it applies a thing for the minimap. So that's why you could see it change color earlier. Minimap, model LOD. So lodding is, what that is, it allows us to downscale items or models in the distance and save on memory. I don't know whether we'll be able to, can we show debug instance color? Is that gonna, yeah, there we go. So as you can see, the things in red are the things that are high detail, the things that are in green are the things in low detail. And we can change this, so we can make it so it's like super low detail, really close, and super high detail, really near. There we go.
Yeah, this is more of a thing that's sort of maybe used before it sort of gets into the hands of the players, just so you can sort of see, okay, this may be having such a massive impact on the CPU, memory usage, things like that.
So I don't know whether you were to see, but Crewis Leader is missing a few polys.
And the
and a face. And a bit of a face,
And the floor's missing a little bit.
Yeah.
And
this is the byproduct of messing around with tools.
Yeah.
That's because of what we're doing,
yeah.
Exactly because of what we're doing. We don't need to show the player or you guys everything if you are nowhere near it.
Yeah.
There's no benefit to it.
You just use more.
Someone said, any updates on the new animation system?
New animation system is in the works. We currently have our animators using it, and they're currently using. They should be getting to use Maya very soon. But yeah, I don't know when that's coming into game. The new animation system that is, but I expect it sometime this year. Sometime this year. I'm not putting a date on it. I've made that mistake before.
Completely fair.
Object icons. So yeah, this is boring. Don't really use this.
That's exactly what it does. It says on the tin. It changes icons.
Yeah. So, I'll give a little.
I mean,
I don't know whether we can see it.
It just
It's good. It's too small. But yeah, you can change these things, and it's pretty. Right. Yeah. Not really useful for us because you can see if they're wrong or not because it's object icons.
Yeah.
Giggity. I don't know why I giggitied.
That was really weird.
I know, right?
Yeah.
GPU buffer. So that, as you can see, that's like a really downscaled version of the game. I don't know. Yeah, it's really hard to make out. Yeah.
Useful for performance again.
Yeah.
It's all performance-based tooling.
This is depth buffer, so this shows the depth of things, how far things are away from you. Cold A, B. Yeah, this is more like GPU. So occlusion is things that are hidden behind other things. So if I can't see that tree, then that tree is actually not there. But then I do that and it's there again. So if I can't see that tree, the game will remove the object, such as if I can't see the bankers, it's not going to load the bankers. It's occlusion. It's
oh my god.
Hello.
Whoa.
Jesus. Yeah. So next is particles. This just emitter debugs. This doesn't allow us to change the particles because they're done by the artist, not us. The soft scale, but that doesn't really do much. See?
Yeah, it's a bit hard to see. It doesn't really have a sort of almost a visual effect until it's not right.
Oh, there's loads. Post-processing, not really much in there. Particles, done that. Progenums, not much in there. Shadows, show cascades. We've already shown that, but we'll show it again. We didn't.
No, we didn't show the cascades.
We showed,
So this is the cascades. This is everything that the sun is casting a shadow on.
I love this. It looks so artsy.
Yeah.
I love everything about this.
Just this in general.
Yeah, I really do.
Allows us to change the radius and stuff. It's pretty cool. Depth map. So this is a pretty cool mode. So it allows us to see the. Can you see that? See what it's doing? It's displaying what is close and what is far away. Shadow translucency.
I'll show you guys an answer, but someone said, does a lot have to change to the engine in order to implement weather?
Well, it depends if you want to do it via engine or via in-game. Like, weather, I know for a fact that people will be like, oh, this looks really pretty, and then turn it off because it's annoying. Like, for instance, any game that has a night time in, like, that's not The Sims, I will try and turn it off if I can because I can't see. I'd rather be able to see what I'm doing. Like, it makes sense to make an area that is dark and gloomy.
But on the flip side to that, there's also players like me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to this again. I will sit there all day and I will stare at that weather. Yeah. I love it. I love weather systems. Does anything have to change engine side?
Quite a lot.
It depends how it's to be implemented. That's the problem. There's probably a lot of implementation methods that could be done with what we have, but it probably wouldn't be as good. So it would probably just be more of sort of like how much time are we willing to put into this in order to see sort of the other end of it like come true. Because we can put rain in, but I'm sure it would just look, I don't know, I don't think it would look great. Yeah. But like if we were to have made some changes engine side, sort of done a bit more graphical rework, it would probably look, you could make it probably look really good.
I truly believe in the scale of when everything else we could be doing, weather would be amazing. However, weather is one of those situations where some people just don't care.
Yeah.
And we don't ever want to bring out an update where some people might just go, I don't care, which is not, you know, it's pretty much impossible to do an update where like everyone might be that invested in it. That's completely fair. But I feel like there are other things. Like if I looked at it, I'd say character models for the actual player themselves would be amazing to do ahead of weather, as one example, personally. Exactly. But, you know, that's just another one of those things.
Exactly. Doing stuff in engine is obviously more optimal than doing it in script. We will try, if we, something as big as weather, we'd probably try and do it in the engine side, just because of how much it can impact the game negatively, I'd say. So what you just saw there was me messing around with simple scattering, and that's like light bouncing off something else. Allows us to change. So for instance, if a light hits something that's blue, the light that comes off it will also be blue. Sunlight, so we can change the sun position, which is pretty cool.
That's what I use the skybox tool.
Yeah.
That's what I use to try and do stuff anyway. It's really handy. Really handy this was, actually.
Yeah, so we can... So, for instance, the sun moving over the sky, we already have.
We just need something to do it.
We just need something to like make it so it goes across the sky in a pattern that makes sense. And that changes the lighting in a linear fashion, or not linear, depending on how you want it. Yeah, change the light color, make it all red, pink, whatever you want.
Back to Pinkscape, I see. You literally can't help yourself.
So this one's a cool tool. This is called texel density, and what that does is it shows us the size of a model compared to how big its texture is. So if you have a tiny model that has a really big texture on it comparatively to how big the model is, it will display red. If it's a good size and the model and the texture is a good size, it will display blue. If it's okay, it will display green, and if it's bad, it will display red. So you can see on the face of the child there, that's too much. This top of the wooden pillar, that's also too much. A place like Prifddinas is actually quite optimized quite well. If you go to somewhere like, let's go to somewhere that's not been updated. Let's go to Meredith.
A lot of places around here.
Oh, actually, that's pretty good. That's actually all right.
Ladders, actually expensive, unbelievably.
If you go to Menafos, we'll see that that's actually not too bad either.
Yeah, because I know the guys were like hell bent on optimizing as much as they can. Obviously, the models or the character models, irrelevant. But I mean, considering the size of the detail of the city as well, to make it, what's the word? Green. I'm just gonna say make it green. In this case of text density, I mean, they've done a really good job of that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like it's
what about Karamja? Maybe.
Oh, I'm trying to think of a place that was updated before.
Zar City, maybe?
Ooh, that will be a bad one, I believe.
That's one idea anyway, but we'll see.
Ooh. Oh, no. Oh, it's fine. So we're doing pretty well. On the
it's a good way of doing a check on the game and making sure we're not overkilling stuff. That's really handy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Visibility, so that just shows things, base LOD, so render LOD, sunlight. It just allows us to tweak what you're viewing, really. Not much there. Volumetrics, you've definitely seen this with Shawnee's stuff.
Hell yes. Volumetrics are amazing. I love them.
Do all the things, change all the settings. Beautiful settings. You can change the direction. But this is based on the sun, so this and lighting go hand in hand. Change the fog color, any color you want. Change the saturation. Sure, green to Zar City. Let's do it.
It's not bad. Oh.
Hang on, let me just blind everyone. Okay, have like.
So you don't want pink
color as well.
There we go. Let's have pink.
Yeah. Don't feel like I've convinced you for that one though.
No.
Background as well.
Yeah. Let's do it. And then you can show vivid textures. OLO, half res, and that shows you just like little debugs to show us without all the textures, just to give us a better visualization of what it is actually looking like.
Yeah.
Reset all that because I don't want people to throw up.
So some people want to know, I mean, we've answered this on Q&As many a time, but just if you don't mind, in regards to teleporting to Prif, when your minimap resets itself to the direction of north, why does it do that?
Do you mean south?
Sorry, south, yes.
See, I
there you go.
I do know.
There you go, see?
He does,
but yeah, why does the minimap essentially reset itself, and the camera as well, for that matter?
I don't know.
I can tell you. Essentially, Prif's on level 1. Whereas,
so does the camera go
So if you were to keep the camera as it is when you teleport, your camera's going to be under the floor because all the other lodestones are on level 0s.
And it defaults to south.
Yes. So any lodestones that essentially are a higher up level, the game has to go, well, hey, we don't want to go under the map.
Is that an us thing?
Is that a what, sorry?
Is that an us thing?
He means a tech thing.
Is it a tech thing?
Is that a tech thing?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a tech thing because I remember Mod Ashes talking about it on stream when the question came up. It was a little while ago.
Oh, cool. Okay.
We haven't seen anything for it.
There is a job in for it. There is a job, but it's
outside
just,
of that. I mean,
it's just so minor. I get the fact that people want it. But
so let's talk about priorities then, actually, since we're on that topic. How do you determine what is the most important things we need to work on? What do we need to try and get out, etc., etc.?
So it's pretty much decided on how many people it affects. How annoying is it? Is it actually a bug? Is it affecting people? Can people still play the game? For instance, a bug that affects all Mac users. We're going to look at that and go, oh, okay, we should probably fix that. A bug that affects everyone in a minor way, that one person highlights once every 2 weeks.
Yep.
It's not something that is massively. We have way bigger things to do. You might not know, but we have a mobile thing that we have to release some point, and the team's working on mobile. So there is. I suspect if someone has time to do it, they'll do it. It is there in the queues. It's not super high priority because it's not affecting people's ability to play. Just press that and it's fixed.
Yeah. So I mean, just examples. We released the fix recently. That was for invisible items.
Yeah.
That was affecting
Holy crap!
large amount of players.
Yeah.
And we can see that. We can see that whether it's through social streams.
Yeah.
Conversations with Shawnee, any messages that have appeared in our sort of internal chats, we can see that, and we can see how it's affecting players.
Yeah.
I mean, ourselves.
Yeah,
we play, so that we have a good understanding of when something needs to be high.
Yeah.
And when something can sort of be maybe
a bit lower priority.
Yeah.
We're not in the end. At the end of the day, we're not stupid. We both play the game. We know what is important to people. We're not going to put something that is arbitrary before something else that is quite requested. It'll get fixed when it gets fixed, when there's less priority things to fix. Currently, we are working on mobile as well, so it's a bit difficult. So yeah, we've shown you all the debugs, or most of the debugs. I hope that opened your eyes a bit. And now we're going to go to a thing which has been running in the background for the past. Oh, is it up? Oh no, it's not up anymore. It's decided to kill itself. Oh no. BRB, one sec, let me just get it open. Do you want to keep talking?
Yeah, that's fine. I know you're about to do it. So just in case people have joined the stream a little late and we wonder, hey, are we going to get loot crate at the end of this? Unfortunately, not going to before this stream. When over the last day or so, we've run into an issue where loot crates hasn't been sending us any data, which means that we can actually send them out, which is annoying and a pain in the backside, if I'm going to be completely honest with you. So we're going to try and do what we can from that, and then when it's sorted, we need to decide what we're going to do from there. But the main thing is we're going to get loot crates, try and get loot crates fixed for the next stream on Sunday, and then take the next steps and go from there. Anyway, what you got for us?
So what I have for you here is this is an automated test that is currently running. Hands off the keyboard. Show your hands.
No. Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
both of them.
Hands off the keyboard. This is running an automated test. that allows us to take pictures of every map square in the game, compile it into a composite image.
The wonderful tool you made from the last stream, if I remember correctly, right?
I wanted to show a different tool, but unfortunately this computer doesn't have access to our automated test facilities. So I've taken the code from Python, or taken the code that I have and just run it on this machine.
Just want to mention that everyone can see the name Beast at the top, which is very appropriate for the computer. Actually.
For the specs, yeah.
Yes, for the computer that is actually running on as well, which is very handy. Yeah. So, what sort of computers do you have in the Combat Lab? Like, what are we looking at?
I think I can show you. If I get this up. Where are we?
No, it's got a window view onto the Java process, so you'd have to make a new bin.
Let's close this. Which one? Which one is it? Is it this one? There we go. So I'm luckily covering the IP address, which is good. Handily.
Don't need one of them moments again on stream, please. Anyway, go ahead.
So, where is it? There's an option right there. I think I can actually access it via this. So if I do this, and then do this.
These are all the computers. Whoa.
Yeah, these are all the computers.
And these obviously are different specs, which you guys have named.
Yeah. So like, for instance, we have a naming convention, which will be like the graphics card, or either the... Hello. So it's the CPU, then the GPU, then the benchmark score.
Right.
Right.
And then at the end, the OS, if it's running something else.
And Beast is just called Beast because it's Beast.
Because it's a Beast.
Yeah,
it's a Beast.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That has an octo core.
So obviously, if you have, and obviously someone's saying Windows XP. Why is Windows XP there? I guess
Windows XP is there because we unfortunately still support it.
Oh yes, I remember you saying yesterday. Can we just get off XP and Vista?
I want to get rid of XP and
Vista. Yeah.
Honestly, it's delaying so much progress because having to hold on to things that are actually holding us back. But we are actually looking to get to slowly transition away from them because I believe XP was discontinued like 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Discontinued in 2012, if memory serves me correctly, maybe?
Vista was ceased support last year, April last year. So we do actually want to not support it anymore, if possible.
Yeah. The reason why we do is just because we have the numbers.
Yeah.
We can see stats on people's
computers,
OSs. Yeah. So if people are playing XP, then we need to support those people. So that's why we still have the XP machine.
Yeah, it still works, believe it or not.
It still works, yeah.
Yeah. We work on XP when Microsoft doesn't even work on XP.
So this is just one example of sort of an automation test going on.
Oh, yeah, tell what
we have there are quite a lot of other sort of tests that we have. We can run other tools that we sort of, every single time we're releasing an engine, we're telling pretty much like all of the machines in that Combat Lab, go away and run this test, come back with the results.
Yeah.
And we can compare those results against each other, which is really nice. So we can do a large sweep of systems at once. It means that we're not sort of tunneling all our testing into one system. And where I'd like to go with that is yourself, you've actually been building the animation thing with the bosses, where the bosses, they're all there, they're all playing their animations, their proj anims, all that stuff. Yeah. I would like to take that further and implement that into automation, but also have it essentially recorded. So we can see, we can compare, we can do active comparisons on these animations just to make sure that everything's still right.
So Rubik said, why did the water on one of the squares go up in the air? Obviously at the end of the square.
So that's the end of the map square, and because it doesn't have a value, it defaults to 0.
Oh, so the water values that we showed earlier.
Yeah. Let's tell us MBC add.
We've done more?
I've done 2 more. I've had time to do 2 more.
Nice.
Can you guess what the next one's going to be?
Manchester?
No.
Virago?
No.
Oh, you have the Virago? Oh, that would be amazing. Go on. Oh, Chad. I wouldn't have got that, if I'm honest. I would have loved to have seen Virago. Oh, here we go.
Yes, this is what I've been working on. Just so we can see the animations without actually having to do the boss.
Yeah, because otherwise you need to hope that you get to a specific attack and a specific phase. Yeah.
It takes time as well.
It takes about an hour to test all the animations.
When you can get this automated, it increases the scope of what you can possibly test.
Yeah.
If we can do this on all of those machines at the same time, then we are ensuring that Linux, Mac, Windows users are all getting that experience that they should be getting.
Yeah.
And they're not getting, you know, an Araxi missing a leg.
Yeah.
And falling sideways into the ground. Like, I mean, we want to avoid that at all costs.
Yeah.
At all costs.
It allows us also to take away environmental influences as well. So, for instance, if you said Araxi is going into the ground, if you were to look at this here and go, well, Araxi is not going into the ground here, so it must be something to do with the map square rather than the animation. In an environment that allows us to take away randomness, it makes it easier and better for us. So yeah.
The same examine them. I'm assuming you still have the base examine, so then
nope, I have no examine because it's not required.
I would love to have seen you do your own.
I might do them eventually. I don't know. I'm just gonna add a crap load before we go.
Yeah, because this is sort of coming up to the end here. So
here we go.
This is reminiscent of last time.
There we go.
RuneScape comments on Lucia when boss is not working, no drops show up for either player, please acknowledge. Here's your acknowledgement. It is a bug, it is an issue, we have a fix, we just need to get it out, and hopefully, if all goes well, we can hotfix it this week. So yeah, that is your acknowledgement right there. So yeah, fingers crossed on that one.
I unfortunately put block walk on them, so I can't walk into them. I'm stuck.
Cool. Well, thanks, everybody.
Yeah.
We appreciate your
it's been a pleasure.
attention, I guess.
But yeah, expect Rubik, I assume Rubik's doing it, to write a TLDW as well, which kind of summarizes, like, tries to summarize everything you guys have gone through. There's obviously so much that was shown. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So that's just so much you guys have. My God.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's really cool. Really, really cool.
Could probably do a third. We could if it's requested.
So we could. They can come back on the stream if people want to say it.
Yeah, if you guys want another one, we can obviously do more.
Could maybe go a bit more zany with that one.
Zany.
Maybe, now we've shown you the tools, maybe we can
be more specific.
Well, maybe we can do some more wacky things.
Go over the top.
I'm sure we'll have things to do. Yeah.
Like do a challenge where you gotta take on a boss and complete Fogbode or something. That'd be good.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we don't have to be talking about tech next time. That'd be cool. But we could use the tech tools to do that. That'd be cool. Also for the client not closing, we're looking at it.
Yes,
we know that that's an issue. We're looking at it as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
sorry, especially if you're on Mac
have any
Linux.
more questions? You can always go on Twitter and ask Jagex Dolan and Jagex Flaym with no E at the end.
Spelt wrong.
Spelled
FLAYM because yeah, it's spelled that way.
Because I'm a hipster. Cool.
Thanks, awesome, guys.
All right, I think that'll do it. So yeah, thank you both. That was awesome. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. Again, apologies we cannot send out Loot Crate at the end of this stream. Hopefully get it back for Sunday when Lee is streaming. But apart from that, we will see you around. So as always, thank you for watching and take care and have a good one.
Bye, guys.
See ya.